Welcome! Today I will be talking about the change formula, and this is a very effective tool that was devised by Beckhard and Harris in 1987, and it's an extremely useful yet simple tool to apply when executives or change leaders or change agents have to decide whether there is enough scope for change. Let's look at how this formula works. Well, first of all, when change leaders or change agents have to promote an initiative for change, they actually need to have a strong rationale. As we know from the Sigmund curve that was devised by Charles Handy, it's very important to start thinking about change when things are doing well, not actually when things are doing badly. Therefore, when change agents or change leaders are trying to promote change at the right time, they may meet a lot of resistance because other managers may say, hey, hang on, everything is fine, it ain't broken, so let's not fix it. However, waiting too long is not a good strategy because if sales, for example, are going down because the product that we launched 2 months ago is no longer the most coveted one, changing after the sales have gone down is not a very good strategy. Actually, the company will have to start thinking about how to improve the already existing product when growth is high, not when growth is going down. Therefore, change leaders most often than not face resistance when they proposing change initiative. Also because people don't like change on an average, because they don't like disruption. Also, the change formula helps supporting change management initiative and determine if there is enough scope for change. As we will see in the next slide, this formula allows basically to determine whether the gain is higher than pain. And also the formula can be used at any point, whether it is when the change initiative is proposed at first, or also after the change has started, in order to determine whether it is on track and whether, for example, measures are proposed that there is again enough benefit rather than pain to go ahead with these changes. But let's look at the formula. The formula is C equal A multiplied B multiplied D. And it's very important that C is going to be higher than X. So C is change, so basically it's the change management initiative. A is the level of dissatisfaction with the status quo. For a change management initiative to be successful, it's very important that people are unhappy with the current situation. If they are happy, there is no point because they will say, sorry, actually, I'm really happy with what is going on now. Why do I have to change it? B is the desirability of the proposed change or end state. Therefore, there is not only need to be a level of dissatisfaction, but also people have to be willing to change. So there must be something in it for them. So the status quo is okay. Yes, I'm pretty happy with it. However, the situation that I could reach if the change is implemented will put me in a much better place. So if that much better place is desirable for me, of course, I will be more willing to change. But also the change management initiative has to be practical, so there must be a minimal risk and disruption. Therefore, it may be that the proposed change is to create this new fantastic product that will require introducing a new supply chain. However, if it's going to be too disruptive and if actually it's not going to be feasible, it's unlikely that D is going to be very high. The important thing is that in this formula, A, B, and D are multiplied. It must be that the level of dissatisfaction multiplied by the desirability of the proposed change or end state multiplied by the practicality of the change must be higher than X, when actually X is the cost of change. So if the cost of change is higher than the level of dissatisfaction, the desirability and practicability of the change, well, it's extremely unlikely that the change is going to go ahead. Whilst if the change is higher than the cost, of course, it's very likely that it will go ahead. The key points are that all these factors, so A, B, and D, are multiplied. So basically, they have a weight, the same weight in the formula, and they do not compensate for each other. So for example, if one of the factors is low, for example, is near to zero or is zero, it is unlikely that the initiative will be successful and that it will be able to overcome resistance. So for example, if we have a low level of dissatisfaction, but a distant level of desirability of proposed change and practicality, because these factors are multiplied, the fact that A is low or even zero, of course, will bring the final result down, and it's unlikely that C is going to be higher compared to X. As you can see, this is a very, very simple formula. Of course, it has to be used in the right context, but if you are a change leader, if you are a change agent, and you need to put together a business rationale for change, use this formula. It's very easy to understand, it's very easy to apply, and actually it's very easy to determine whether resistance is going to be too high to be overcome. Also, the fact that it is a simple formula means that you don't have to apply something that is too complex. Change in itself is already complex, and you don't want to use tools that are going to make it even harder to achieve success. Thank you so much for watching.